Okay, it seems like we are live in here. Yeah?
Yep, we should be live on YouTube just now. There we go. Now I'm live on Instagram.
Okay, going live on Instagram.
Hey, there we go. It's just fine on its own. It looks good there.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems like we are live.
Got a couple of people in. Hello. We're signing books and doing Q&A on our bestseller, Operator Trap.
Yeah, so we're gonna be here for a while. Hi, Luke. Thank you very much for joining. I can see you are on Instagram. Thank you very much. So
Is that favoritism there, Luke? I saw you join through Vincent rather than through me, so I'm noticed that.
Yeah, good. So we have in here a lot of books to sign. We have 100 of them with us today. So firstly, we would like to say thank you very much for everybody who was supporting us during this book launch. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna be signing one by one with your name, and so we can ship it by Friday to you guys. And then there's a lot of work to do, and we'll do this probably again next week because we actually have many more to give away. And as you can see, there is a QR code. So if some of you don't have the book yet, that is your possibility to grab a copy today. Hi, Yankee. Good day. Good day. Awesome. So let me just open the list of the people and start. And also we'll be walking through you through the what I want to say, through the book, what it's about, why we wrote it, what you can find in it, who is it for, who's going to help. So you know if it's a good fit for you or not. So that's the one thing. So we'll try to sign the copies. In the meantime, speak about the book. And also in the same time, if you have any questions, you can put the questions ideally on a YouTube, if you can join from YouTube, because on YouTube, if you go to Lewis Hunter YouTube, like Lewis Hunter Reckoning, right? I think that's how it's easy to find.
Yeah, you can search up Lewis Reckoning, or you could see in the bottom of the stream right now, it's got the direct @
Yeah.
If you just search that, it'll come straight up.
Yeah, because when it comes to the YouTube, we see the comments the easiest in here in our section. If it's on Instagram, TikTok is a little bit more messy. So it's going to take us a little bit more. So if you have any questions regarding business or life, we are happy to answer. So we'll be here for definitely an hour. Instagram is probably going to turn off us an hour, right?
Yep.
But the other platforms can stay much longer than an hour. So I think it's going to take us more than an hour to go through that. So yeah, fire the questions. And yeah, if you want, maybe share something about the book to start with. And I'm just going to pick a first name. I can see here from the WhatsApp group, I have here Vanessa from Zurich, from Switzerland. So that will be to Vanessa.
So for those of you that don't know what the book is, it's basically the book that I needed. When I wrote it, I realized this is the book that I was struggling with, and the point where I struggled in my business career. And as I've gotten along and worked with a lot of people, I've realized that's where most people seem to get stuck. And it's what we call the operator trap. So this is where you're doing everything in your business yourself. Everything's going by you. If you've ever said the words, I wish I could clone myself, that tells you you're in the operator trap. So the goal is to stop being operators and start becoming owners.
See, he cannot write and speak.
Yeah,
he's writing the questions. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm sending it the next one. It's to Aisha. Aisha actually attended our mastermind in January. We met her at the UPW with Tony Robbins in September last year. So we did some skiing. It was so fun because she never skied before. She lives in Amsterdam. And the funny thing is, we are going and we are hosting together with Betty an event in Amsterdam, 17th of August, about the AI. So if you are in Amsterdam or around, you would like to come for a free event for 4 hours to learn more about AI, we'll be there. So hope to see Aisha over there as well. So that's one is for Aisha. You can continue where you...
Yeah, where was I? Yeah, it was funny because I was actually, the thing I was about to write was to stop being an operator, start being an owner. And that's the whole philosophy behind this. So we built the 4 engines framework, and it's the 4 key areas that I see that people who are in operator mode, who have small businesses, they tend to not have these things, but yet the big companies that are scaling out and are people who are able to own multiple companies, they do have these things in place. Because I frequently say, you can only CEO one company. you can own multiple, but you can only run one. So this is where people get stuck. They try to run multiple companies, and you have to switch mindset and do things differently.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing. I have another book in here for Aijen. So Aijen, actually, we met also on the same event in Germany, in Cologne last year. I've done with Aijen a podcast. You should check it out because she has a startup called Diffusio. It's an AI startup, and she's working in a big company in Kazakhstan. So check her out as well. We had a very good conversation with her on the podcast. Very valuable. Anybody who wants to learn more about AI, definitely a good podcast to listen. So that one is for Aisha.
Wahid can get kicked out of the stream because I've just seen him ask, what is your opinion on dropshipping? So Wahid's having a little joke here since he's actually one of our clients. He knows my opinion on dropshipping.
Maybe you can remove him.
Yeah, let's
Wahid,
kick him out.
come on.
Wahid, this guy. You know, I need to get one of these cool pens they use. I'm really impressed by this. It's really cool.
Yeah, I got that in Ireland when I've been. They had like this outside market, outdoor, and there was a guy who was making these pens. Every pen is different, so I like that. Okay, so the next one we have Alexandra Quinn. She lives in Australia. I met her this year, actually in March, when I've been in Cairns on the speaker. It was a global speaking summit for 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. And she was there with her kids, so we kind of connected. And then, yeah, it was really good. She's an amazing speaker. She delivered a workshop for us. There was like, I think, 350 speakers from all around the world. Definitely a great place to be. So it's every 2 years. The next one is in Germany in 2028. So I'm already have a ticket. I'm going there. It's just before the Oktoberfest, so it's going to be fun as well. So if you are a speaker, you want to meet another speaker, it's definitely great place to be. So this one is for Alexandra.
And Wahid, you can stay. No kicking you out. I'm glad to have you, man. I'm always happy to see you supporting. Well done I appreciate the support. We're very big on relationship capital, and people frequently know I say this often, that I said the secret to my success was strategic partnerships. You know, doing the right deal with the right person goes a long way into amplifying your career, your success, the whole journey. It gets much easier when you have the right people in your network.
Yeah. Hamid is saying, forget dropshipping. SMMA is the way to go. Okay. Okay, we have a Chichi joining. Shahil Vahi joined. Yeah, fire up the question. If you have any questions, guys, fire up. Because more we engage, more interesting it's going to be. And if you would like to hear a fun fact about how long did it take us to write the book and how much you are thinking, like how much effort Vincent put, how much effort Lewis put. So maybe we'll tell you. Let's sign a couple more books because, you know, we are co-authors. It's a 50-50 effort.
50-50, yeah. It was definitely 50-50 effort. It wasn't that I wrote the whole book and that you sent me a couple of voice notes. No, it's 50-50.
The next one I have for Alina. So Alina, if you would be listening, I wish your family all the best with health, because I know you are going through some difficult times. So we chatted recently, and Alina also met through Tony Robbins event in September. So as you can see, if you are in the communities of people after then want and support you. So we have a lot of people from that committee. We have a lot of people who you're going to hear from JT Fox a lot. So thank you very much, Alina, for supporting this launch. And I know you are going for some events this year. I think you are going to the same event with, is it Joe Dispenza?
Joe Dispenza, yeah.
So she has the tickets. She's going there.
Fantastic. So I will see you there.
Yeah, you will see Alina on that event. So definitely a good connection. She's having some business as well. I don't remember quite what, because there's a lot of people. Okay. So do you want to continue with the story about how much effort with the book, or not quite yet?
Well, I'm actually just adding in a link for people here.
Okay, so to Alina. And also, if you can chip in also, guys, and put in the comments, maybe if you don't have a question, it's fine, but maybe you can let us know, where did you join from? Where are you in the world? Because I know some of our clients where they are from, but some of you I don't know. send us a message in the chat. Where are you from? Either on your YouTube, in here on Instagram, Lewis's TikTok, Lewis's LinkedIn. Let us know where you are joining from, because maybe we can speak multiple languages with you guys. You know? Okay, that's to Alina. Next one on our list, I have Andon. Andon, hi Andon. So that's to Andon. Andon, actually, we know from the same real estate network. We have done similar training together, and he was one of the first people to the leap and join our mastermind. It was 2.5 years ago. It was in Scotland. It was actually just 2 days over the camp. It was very different than what it is now, the mastermind. And he joined, and we had so much fun. Apart of being cold outside a little bit, but
yeah, I remember he shared with us stories about when he was in Bulgaria, and it's quite funny and how fitting, because we're now actually running a mastermind in Bulgaria, which is our next one. We're running in September.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was September when we ran that one as well, actually. So it's quite fitting. No, September in Scotland, talking about Bulgaria, and now we're going to be there.
Yeah. Here you are. Next one, I have Arnas in here. Arnas again, met at the UPW tournament last year in September. A great guy, you know. You should definitely get in touch with him as well. You just ask me, you know, send me a message. I'm happy to introduce you to people, because it's all about connections and who you know, and how you can take the business to the next level. Very hungry young guy, and I hope to see him on the mastermind at some point as well, because I think he'll be amazing fit. So to Arnas from Lithuania. Yeah. Did you share what is in the book?
I did.
Yeah, all about the engines?
Yeah, I mentioned the 4 engines, but I haven't gone into details on. We can do that next. I'm just actually, because we're also live on LinkedIn, I just remembered about that. But it looks like I will see the comments here anyway. Let me just verify. Yes. So anyone who comments on YouTube or LinkedIn, I will be able to see straight away. Whereas if you're commenting on TikTok or Instagram, there is a delay because we're not able to see those as cleanly. And there is actually a delay in the stream as well.
Yeah. Seems like people are giving you different comments than me.
Yeah.
I'm here in Germany. Bye.
Yeah. Well, he does a question for you, but he's left it on my stream.
So what's the question?
What is your secret to success, Vincent? Lewis mentioned it was strategic partnerships. Is yours different?
Secret to success? I don't think there's a secret, to be honest. Really, any secret? I think.
So you calling me a liar for saying that I have a secret to my success?
I don't think it's a secret. I think it's just a known fact. I think it's just a known fact.
Yeah, it's not a secret.
Yeah, I think.
All the secrets are in the book, guys. If you want our secrets, it's in the book.
Yeah, I think the important is to, you know, keep doing it, keep working. It's because it's very easy to start something, get excited. I see it all the time. People get excited about one thing, they start, and then it doesn't go the right way, or it goes for a while and then it slows down and people give up very quickly. And it's not about giving up, it's about consistency. Every day, be on it. Even if you have a bad day, you sleep over, because most of your days in business probably will be bad.
Yeah.
So you sleep over and you start afresh the next day, and you're gonna find new solutions, new ideas. But if you're gonna let the state to affect you, when I had in the past, when I had a cafe, COVID came, I lost a lot of money. I had to close the business, and then it wasn't good. So I was in a bad state for a couple of months. I didn't know what to do, and I learned that you need to work on your mental state. So if you can every day have a fresh day with new fresh eyes, you just keep working every day, little bit by little bit. It's about this small daily habits, and it's just gonna stop, and you'll see it's gonna grow. But you need to give it the time, because you need to build that, like we have in the book, that authority, that visibility, and it takes time. So when now, for example, if somebody wants to invest with us, and we do also real estate deals and things like that, it's much easier to get the investor on board, because we are doing it for 6 years in real estate. The first 2-3 years, it was very difficult because people didn't trust us. There was no track record, and now there is, right? So it's much easier. So just keep doing every single day, keep on it. I see the next person who supported our book launch is my wife. So to my wife,
a special one, yeah.
I will just give you the read the book.
I love what you said there, though. I want to add on, like, focus and consistency. I do stand by that. Like, one of my sayings, one of my quotes people know is set yourself up for success. And that's what that means, is create a system that allows you to be able to be successful and allow you to be consistent. You know, something simple. If you want to get up and go for a run in the morning, well, don't have your running gear neatly tidied away in a cupboard that's going to take you 10 minutes to get them out, because you're not going to want to do that in the morning. So have them by your bed ready. You get out your bed, they go on, you go. Make it easy to be successful. And I was just keeping this book out because, Arnis, I want to say, I made a mistake on yours. So yours is a limited edition. So I just go out and write out. So your one is a limited edition. Yeah, I'll get it on eBay.
Yeah, Right is saying, glad that Vincent's statement is really important. Yes, it is really important. And thank you for sending the comments now in LinkedIn, because I can see all of them now. So
yeah, we could see them. We could both see them when it's LinkedIn, or
if you just send on my Instagram or Lewis's Instagram or TikTok, we don't really see them both. Anybody asking on TikTok? Don't know. Okay, the next one.
We've got a couple of people joining, but
I have. We are just signing a book for Ben. We met him actually in London on the JT Fox event. It was this year in January. So to Ben, we actually chatted recently. I introduced him to some people podcast to be a guest. So I think he booked some podcasts, maybe with Vahid. I don't know. So yeah, that was to Ben. Now to our friend Betty from Amsterdam, who we are actually co-hosting the event in Amsterdam in 17th of August. So that's exciting as well. So if you'd like more information about that, let us know. It's free to attend. The limit is only 30 seats. And I checked, Betty has already 10 people, and I checked our signups, we already have 9. So there's actually only 11 spots. So it's going quite quickly. So to Betty, thank you very much for supporting. To Betty. Yeah. I cannot write. And
so you called me up and I'm able to write and speak. See? The awkward silence. So I could touch on a little bit of the 4 engines framework. We have the authority engine, which is a speaking system that builds authority and helps you close deals. So speaking, that could be from stage, that could be coaching your team, leading your team, it could be a networking event, could be on a sales call, but you need to be able to articulate effectively. The next engine is the visibility engine. That's all about branding. People think brand and they think colors and logos. It's so much more than that. It's what people think and feel when they associate with your product. So the people that you're with, the stages that you're on, the brands that you've worked with, the people that you've worked with, that is your brand. If you want to know what your brand is right now, go to your friends and ask them what they think of you. Like the things that people say about you, that is your brand. Now what we need to do is we need to take that and bring it online and start associating it. Like when I tell people that I spoke at the Red Bull Formula One headquarters, people go, wow, that's amazing. Wow, how did you do that? That has amplified my brand, because you can't accidentally speak there. You could fake a Rolex, you can fake owning a Lamborghini. You can't fake speaking and being in these environments and being around certain people. So that's where that really amplifies your brand. Then we have the revenue engine. So that's sales and marketing. Specifically, we're focused on lifetime value. I'm always focusing on how can we get as much value from each customer as we can. So the upsells, the downsells, the cross-sells, the continuity offers, that kind of thing is paramount into maximizing your business. And then finally, the scale engine. That's the AI and systems. That's the infrastructure that ultimately replaces you as the operator. Once you've got the first 3, now they go in order, but once you've got the first 3 in place, you're then in a position where we can start fully getting the systems in place, leveraging AI, building systems, workflows, softwares, employees, to then take you out of your business so that you can now start focusing on being an owner.
No idea what he was saying because I was signing books. But what I want to say, book for Borscht, we met at the UPW with Tony Robbins. Again, last year in September. He's a great IT guy, knows a lot about that AI. I think we'll be doing some bigger projects with AI because we have a company about AI called Profit Mine AI. So people can utilize a lot of different things there. We already spoke to him about if we have some bigger, more complex projects which we don't know how to create, we'll go to him and he'll help us to build it. And also he wants to attend the mastermind at some point. He's just expecting a baby soon. So he's a little bit busy, but great guy, very hungry. And then I have here another people. I have Bruno Falcone from JT Fox community. And then you should definitely know about him. You should check him out on Instagram. as a Bruno Falcone, the Falcone house. He's doing a tailored suit. So if you are thinking and you are reading the book, you will know that one of the best thing for you as a business owner, it's to speak on stage, because that's going to create immediate credibility and authority, whatever you do. So if you can get the stage presence, it's super powerful. So, but you need to look good. You need to speak good, but you need to look good. And Bruno Falcone can make you look good because it's going to tailor a great suit for you. So definitely check him out. Now we have a Carl in here. Carl is actually president of one of the professional speaking association in South East or West. Recently, I've done a speech there, so we connected, helped him some things with AI. Definitely great guy. So who else we have in here?
I've got a question here. Hamid has asked, can Lamborghinis detriment your brand? The answer to that is it depends on who you're targeting. So if you're, if you notice the people who are flashing Lamborghinis, they're targeting typically broke people, lower end people who they want that, they find that sexy, they're drawn to that. And that's very effective at doing that. So if that's your target market, then absolutely utilizing the cars, Lamborghini, that can absolutely enhance your brand. But if you're trying to attract wealthy people, like sophisticated investors or businessmen, they see right through that facade. They're not impressed by you showing off a Lamborghini, because in many cases, when you break down the numbers, if you're speaking to somebody who's doing 100 million a year, they could buy a Lamborghini in a few hours worth of money. Like, to them, it's nothing. It's not impressive. What impresses them is hard work. Outwork them. I always say, if you want to impress broke people, outspend them. If you want to impress rich people, outwork them. So to answer your question, it depends on who you're targeting.
Also, there's a big difference if you show off cars like Lamborghinis, or you speak at Lamborghini Formula One stage.
Absolutely.
Which we will speak next week, thanks to our coach, JT Fox. So it's a very big difference, because one is showing off cars and the other one is positioning yourself as a speaker in places like that. So if you can get that, that's definitely very good than just showing the cars. I drive Skoda Superb, just you, if you are asking. I'm from Czech Republic, so I can.
Wahid likes my quote. If you want to impress broke people, outspend them. If you want to impress rich people, outknow them or outwork them. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, that was a great point Vincent said. When we're going to be speaking in the Lamborghini Museum. So the being able to speak in that room, that's not something you can fake. You can't orchestrate that. Whereas you can go to a dealership, test drive a Lamborghini or rent a Lamborghini for the day and make it like you own it. So this is where you see a lot on social media where people are faking lifestyles. There was this whole trend. I only just recently found out about the trend where people were buying like Louis Vuitton, like the paper bags they bring that you buy the shopping in. They were buying like empty bags online and taking a picture of it to make it look like they've been shopping in Louis Vuitton. It's crazy. Like people will go quite far to fake things. So when you're elevating your brand, you want to focus on things that are not easily fakeable. Like, Wahid, I'll give an example to one of a client. Like if you go into his Instagram, you'll see pictures of him on stage, and he's gotten fantastic recently being able to speak on stage. And he recently told me that he was speaking at another event, and that's amplifying the brand, because nobody's going to listen to you speaking if you don't have something worth speaking about. So by being a speaker in itself, it's elevating your brand and your authority.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, have I got a few to catch up on?
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I have here a book for Carla. She used to work for us for Carla. A couple of years in our holiday-led management company, which we exited in January, actually. And now we are not focusing on that. We are focusing more on owning the real estate and managing it. But we were privileged to be working with Carla. She's doing some trading now. So thank you very much, Carla. I have left you a personal note. So this is for you. So you can also do that. And in here, another one, we have two Cherise. She actually attended two of our masterminds this year, one in January, learned to ski, and then the one in Romania, right, in April. So always pleasure to have you, Cherise, on the masterminds, and hope to see you on the next mastermind soon. So again, some note from us in here. That's for Cherise. The other one I have to Christiana, who I met through guess who? Tony Robbins. On the event last year. So yeah, definitely a great connection as well. I'm just gonna send you the book. I know you live in Germany, so I need your address, German address. Maybe you sent it already. Hope to see you. Yeah. Another question somewhere? There is no question. Yeah. Okay. Also, just did you answer how long did it take us to write the book?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, it took me like half an hour. I mean, myself. So basically, how did it come up together? We wanted to write the book about sales, firstly. We had all these planned about sales. We started actually working on that, creating some ideas. And then we weren't super happy with that. We were like, another book about sales. And then we just left it on the side for a little bit. And then we realized that actually there are a few things which came together. One of the things which were missing for a while, it was the branding side, which we learned recently from our coach JT Fox, like literally year and 7 months ago, while we started working with him, because we really didn't know much about it. And we said like, okay. So we were focusing on that for that time. So it really nicely clicked together. So that's how we created these 4 engines. And then once we had that framework created, then we decided to write the book. Lewis did all the writing. AI did a lot of editing and formatting. And then Lewis asked me for some stories into the book. What can be included in these different engines? What stories would be built to that? And I remember, because I was in Australia, actually our motorhome just got broken. So we've been pulled off to the camp. We were waiting for the new motorhome. And then I remember I went outside when my kids went to bed. My wife was putting my kids to bed, or our kids, not mine. and then I remember, because I left Lewis like 7 different voice notes, because he wanted 7 different stories. So I left him a voice note. Each voice note was like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes long. And then he took that, transcribed it with AI, and asked AI where it would be good fit those stories in that book, whatever Vincent said. And it told him where it would be a good fit. And that's how we do it. In today's world, we can write the book quite quickly with AI. So we have another person joining. Kinia Violet joined. Hi, Kinia, if I'm saying it right. So the next person we have here, we have Chuck. So to Chuck, who is one of actually people we met recently. He was in our office recently. He's here in Scotland, and then he's doing some deal with our client William. So he's sourcing him some property deals. So it's very exciting. Yeah. Now I need to write to you.
Yeah, you're right. Wahid was asking, is having a podcast good for your brand? Again, it also comes back to the same question. It's the same answers I gave earlier was, what is your audience? So when you take someone like the Diary of a CEO, if your goal is to build a big media business where you're focusing on podcasts, his podcast brand is massive, but you actually look at his personal brand, it's actually smaller. But in most cases, the person's personal brand is bigger than their business brand. So if your goal is to promote you, the podcast is podcast. When I say podcast, I mean the traditional type of podcast, which is interviewing somebody else. There are other types of podcasts, like technically any kind of online show is a podcast. So if you're doing something that's promoting you, it's going to elevate your brand. If you're promoting other people, it's not going to elevate your brand as much. What I like podcasts for is the relationship you're building with the people you're interviewing. So I find that I'm far more superior tool for building relationships and meeting people and potentially doing deals with people through ultimately finding out about their information and promoting them. And that rapport you create because you're promoting them, you're elevating them through your medium as well. So most things ask if anything followed by is it good for your brand ends with it depends, because it's what you're targeting. One thing could be great for one person's brand, that same thing could be terrible for another person's brand.
Yeah. Also, just wanted to let you know, I do a podcast, hosting, and actually I get the AI to check how many episodes I've done and actually add each episode the title, episode 1, episode 2, because I wasn't really doing it. I had changed actually 3 people since the last 2 years who were working on my YouTube. So I was kind of lost. So actually, I've now recorded 91 episodes. So soon to be 100. I just wanted to let you know there's not that many podcasts they reach over 100 episodes. And then what I would like to say about that, it's all about building relationships with people, you know. So I'm actually reading now the names. Like I have a Daksha there. I met her through Professional Speaking Association. Now I have a Damon here. Met him through JT Fox. Actually, I had the privilege to share a stage with him in LA last year. The same in here, Daniel Cox, also through JT Fox. And when I'm looking at all these things, all the people who supported the book launch or are interested in the book or they want to do something, all the people mainly I met in person, one way or another. It could start with a podcast, but then I met them in person, because in person you build the best rapport with people. In person you do the most. So if you're gonna think you're gonna build a business and you're just gonna be hiding behind the screen and suddenly it'll work, yeah, it might, and you might be lucky. But all the business is built through relationships. So more you're gonna get out there, more you're gonna meet people, more you'll be in these rooms, more is gonna help you. That's why I'm a member of Professional Speaking Association, because I meet people. I'm a member of we are a member of Insiders with JT Fox, because there are a lot of people we can connect with. We've been on the Tony Robbins event. There's again different people, right? We run our own masterminds because we bring those people together. So all these places where you can meet some people, that's how business is built. So don't try to hide behind the screen. You need to go out there. So this is one common theme, because I'm looking at all these names. I met them all in person.
Absolutely. There was a book called Never Eat Alone, something along those lines, and that's the whole idea. You talked about, like, deals rarely happen through text. You're going to meet people, you're going to sit down with them, you're going to, shake hands. Like when people think doing a deal, they think shaking hands, and that was true 100 years ago, and it's still true today. Like, yes, you can build connection, you can get on Zoom, you can do calls with people, but nothing's going to replace that intimate connection that you're going to build from being in person. And ultimately, that's what you need in order to do a successful deal, because deals isn't just the numbers and does this make sense? Will this work? I can fire you hundreds of good ideas, and you can come to me and you can take one of those ideas. You go say, "Hey, Lewis, I'm going to do this. You want a partner?" And I'm going to say no, not because it's not a good deal, because are you the person that's going to be able to actually make that happen? Do I trust you? Do I know you? Do I like you? You've maybe heard the no, like, trust. Trust comes last. I can't trust you if I don't know you. I first need to get to know you. Then I need to actually like you. Then I can build trust with you. So if you build trust with people and you prove that you're somebody worth doing a deal with, that matters more than the business itself, because we can change things in the business. I can come in, okay, we can tweak this, change this, this will make it work. But are you somebody that's going to execute? When we look at, we do M&A deals, if we're looking at a business we want to be part of, whether it's a consulting basis, whether it's to come to the mastermind, whether it's for us to buy into, whether it's for us to take over, we're always looking at the same thing. Who's running it? Because a bad operator, the operator trap, a bad operator can destroy a good business every time.
Do I say it right? I say 2, Daniel, 2, Duncan.
2, yeah.
Yeah, it's not 4, right? It could be
2 or 4. Yeah, 2.
I don't know. I'm from Czech Republic. My English.
You can also say dear.
Okay.
If you're writing a letter, yeah, 2.
Again, another people. To Derek, met him in Australia this year. Great guy. Again, I've done the interview with him. You can check the podcast. Derek McManus. He was shot multiple times as a police officer. Now he's the speaker, and he's overcoming how you go over things like that and how to apply it in organizations. Great guy. Again, met him in person. Diana, thank you very much, Diana, not only for supporting this book launch, but actually Diana was our very first investor who invested money with us in the real estate 6 years ago. I remember like today, because we had a meeting with her in person. Again, in person, wasn't a big amount, but for me it was a big thing, because she said, "I'm gonna do it with you guys. I trust you," and she invested with us money. Now she's all paid back, and very happy with a good interest on her money, but I remember it because you always remember your first. It doesn't matter if it's an investor or something else, Here, so that's to Diana. Now I have another one to Duncan. We actually saw last week because he was in the Professional Speaking Association speaking in Edinburgh just last week. And this year in May, he had actually crossed a Morris dancing record. He danced for 7 days through one place to another, almost 200 miles of Morris dancing. And then he shared with us how was it last week in here in Edinburgh, and shared with us how that relates to a speaking business as well. So thank you, Duncan, for supporting the book launch. Thank you very much for being on the mastermind in January. And I know Duncan wants to come again on January to Lithuania because we are doing the skiing edition again. So he's excited about skiing and learning more about the business. So hope to see you in the skiing edition.
Skiing was awesome. I'm really glad I did that.
The best part was because I ski from 5 years old.
Wow.
But the people which came to the mastermind in January,
why you're coming up?
80% of the people, they never ski. So luckily we had a ski instructor from Lithuania with us who helped them. So luckily he was there. But it was so funny. Like people learn how to ski on the mastermind. So much fun. And then Vahid was out. Yeah. Hi, Dongo. Good to see you. Good to see you too. We have another commenting from YouTube. So this is to Duncan. Now it's quite quiet, so we need to...
Yeah, fill the room in. Let me check if there are any more questions. Vincent, has being from Czech Republic ever been an obstacle in business?
In here in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was, and probably it is, because the thing is, people tend to like to do people with their own, right? So I've seen in the past...
I'm the opposite. I've seen my own. I don't want a business with them.
Yeah. So people kind of judge you based on that as well, unfortunately. So as you can see, when you come to
Duncan Brown. Duncan Brown.
Yeah. When you come to the masterminds, like when we organize the mastermind, we have actually people from all over the Europe. So we have people from Germany, Lithuania, Ireland, UK, Holland. We have from Australia, because myself, I attract the foreigners because I'm foreigner. So it's kind of, I attract those people, and not as many UK people. Louis is obviously from here, so he would maybe attract more of these people as well. But like when I was doing, for example, a food truck business or something like that, I know that I've seen that somebody was from England or the UK, and they would be getting much more along with the organizers of the events and things like that. So it was, and I think it is still difficult if you are a foreigner. And I know when in Romania on the mastermind we had Steven, and he mentioned it's very difficult to crack a Switzerland market because he's in Switzerland. So that's why with his new product which he created, which is unique, he's starting in Ireland because he's Irish, because he said like Swiss people wants to do business with Swiss people. So yeah, it's not that simple. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna find another person here. We have here Edme. Edme is actually president of association in London, where I'm gonna be delivering a speech about this in December. So to Edme.
And yes, Wahid, I'm still laughing at that one video. We have a fantastic video with Wahid going down the ski. He's had loads of lessons, and he's going down, and he just goes to turn and just flumps to the ground. It was just a perfect fall. It's like he just got shot by a sniper, and he just collapsed and falls. So if anybody wants to see it, I'm going to share it with you.
We can put it on YouTube, no?
We can put it on YouTube.
Right, what do you think? Shall we put it on YouTube and then?
Can I share my screen? And I'm sure I can.
Don't share the screen because you're gonna mess it up. We're gonna put it on YouTube, and then if you want, send us a message on Instagram or WhatsApp or whatever. And if you want to see it, we'll put it in unlisted, and then it will show you, because Vahid is like, yeah, do it, like, yeah, we want to see. Nobody saying, yeah, say it, yeah. So cool, yeah, that's done, Vahid. Even if you say no, I mean, people will see the fall, unless you really don't want to, but I know you.
I like this idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining from Instagram. I see there's quite a lot of people. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, ideally add the questions on the YouTube, because that way I can see all of them much easier, but you can also do that on Instagram. Next person I have here, I have Eugenia. So thank you very much, Eugenia, for supporting. It's Eugenia and Peter, which I met also at UTBW with Tony Robbins. And then I've done some good business with them, because not only can you join our top 5% event, but I have bought a lot of Kangen products for water to have a really good and clean ionized water with pH, which is going to be really good for the body, because health is important. So thank you very much, Eugenio and Peter, for showing me the product and me buying it. So to Eugenia and Peter. Now you speak.
Yeah, I'm just pinning a comment there. Yeah, if anybody, I'm just reminding people to join us on YouTube so that we can actually both see, because it's connected on both sides. Instagram doesn't allow that. Instagram's very picky. If anybody wants to know how annoying Instagram can be, speak to Wahid. His whole business is around fixing problems on Instagram. So it keeps him in business. If it wasn't so annoying, he wouldn't have a business probably. Now we're both writing. We're both quiet.
No. So now I have another person, to Hamid. Hamid actually is one of our clients for a while, and he's attending a mastermind in Bulgaria, which we have in 2 months. So yeah, thank you very much for being a part of our group, and it's great to see how you are growing, how hard you are working. And Hamid, together with his brother Vahid, they are actually very good, because they are helping us to grow our Instagram. Our Instagram grew in the past 8 months by like 5,000 followers from our niche, from the people we want. So thank you very much for all of that work, what you are doing with us.
I think he was with us. I'm not sure if are you still with us, Hamid? If you are, fire in some comments.
You had another question, you said.
Another question, was there?
Oh, you pinned something.
Oh no, I just pinned to say to join. I mean, I'm confused on it. I've got David logged in on YouTube, but saying that it's Wahid, so I don't know who's talking now. Maybe now Hamid's jumped in. It could be any one of them. Never know.
I have another person here, Harriet, who lives very close by from where we are right now in Scottish borders, because I go to her for a massage. She's a massage therapist. So to Harriet, thank you very much for supporting, because she actually bought like 4 or 5 books, like her parents bought and everybody bought. So she supported a lot. So I appreciate it a lot. I remember. So to Harriet, thank you very much. It's Vahid, just wants Vahid to okay, perfect. Yeah, guys, ask questions, because this is Q&A. You can ask anything you want. And just to let you know what I wanted to share, if some of you have not been yet, you could also speak to Lewis about it. You can apply, because on tomorrow, Lewis is doing a live show, which is going to be for 1 to 2 hours, where you have a 15 minutes, you can go live and you can ask a business question, and Lewis will help you there in person and live. So you can have a camera on or off, but the good thing is you can ask any question about the business. We had there a lot of people already, and Lewis is building it up, so there'll be like either 4 or 8 people tomorrow, depends how many people sign up. And it's just going to get more and more business. So if you would like to have the opportunity to ask any questions about business, no question is
You remember it?
no.
No, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Only a stupid idea that comes from not asking the stupid question. So ask your stupid questions. I would rather you ask them than make a mistake. So come in. You'll get a 15-minute slot. Come in with a specific problem, and we're going to focus on that problem. So come in prepared. You can apply on my website. You'll see a link on Instagram, or it's reckoning.lewis-hunter.com. We do have space tomorrow. Don't quote me on that because it's currently booking up just now, and my phone is on Do Not Disturb, so I can't see any bookings that have come in. But we'll see. There should potentially be some space. If you apply, we'll get in touch with you first thing in the morning to get you on.
Yeah. Also, just wanted to let you know, guys, to all the people who applied for our AI challenge, thank you very much for the applications. We are actually, just if you're gonna hear from Dante, who is working for us, pick up the phone, speak to him, because he's phoning on our behalf, and he's gonna be asking you questions, because some of you didn't fill up the, there was 5 questions to reply, and we had a lot of applications, but only some people replied. So we are now gathering all the people who didn't reply, if they are interested to do it, and if yes, I mean, everybody who will phone today, they are interested, so they are actually giving us the answers. And then next Friday, we're gonna go live at 3 p.m. in here UK time, and we're gonna choose a winner. So be available on the phone, please, for the next week as well, because we're gonna be narrowing it down from all the applications, and me and Lewis will personally phone the 5 candidates we think they are the most deserve to do the challenge. And if you don't know what it is, we are doing AI challenge. So do you want to tell more about the AI challenge, what it's about, so I can do some signing?
So it's 3 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
The 3 days, yeah. So the AI challenge is we're going to build you a business from never ran a business all the way to you having clients and making money within 3 days. And it's going to be based around AI. So focusing, it's just on the note of that, somebody has asked what kind of business is one of the best ones to start in today's age. One of them is AI services, where people, especially business owners, we're talking about the whole book here. We're talking about being an owner, not an operator. People in business are not sitting going, oh, how can I build the AI things myself? No, we have, one of my sayings is buy, don't build. Business owners want to buy it, not build it. So if you have the product built that you can then sell to these business owners. So when I'm talking, this advice is focusing on people who don't have a business, who want to make money. You want to be building things to sell to other people. So we'll take you through that whole process within 3 days, from zero to making money in AI. Also on that note of what are the best ones to start in today's age, on that same note of AI, the other thing is then to come completely in the opposite direction and go down trades routes. Building supplies, roofers, joiners, electricians, those kind of businesses are booming now because they're not being disrupted by AI. And a lot of private equity wants these kind of businesses. So if you could buy or scale one of these and sell to private equity, there's a lot of opportunity there. And that's mostly because with AI being so disruptive, private equity doesn't want to take a business, buying over a business that can be closed or disrupted or wiped out within, honestly, weeks. Like, AI moves so fast now that it can really disrupt a lot of areas. So private equity typically runs on 6-year cycles. So they need to make sure their holdings are protected for a 6-year period. So they're going to want to touch things that are not going to be disrupted very quickly. So that's where your trades-based businesses are. So, but coming back to kind of that question, it was the best one to start. So if you're starting a business, especially if you're young, very big on getting to these AI services. It's such an easy, AI will literally teach you how to do it. So it's so easy, and you just simply sell it to people who don't want to do it. And a lot of people think, oh, why would they not want to do it? Why do you buy stuff from a vending machine? It's more expensive to buy it from a vending machine. Why don't you go to the shop? Because it's convenient, because it's saving time. The higher up the ladder you go, the more time matters more than money. They will happily pay top money if it saves them time, because they don't want to build it. They don't want to put all the time and effort. And what if it goes wrong? What if something breaks? Then they have to have somebody deal with it. Whereas if it's a supplier, that's your problem. You need to make sure it works. And if you're focusing on that and you get very good at that and very knowledgeable on that, then it's not going to break. And if it does, you're on top of it because it's your business. You're running that. You become a professional in that field. So that would be my advice for people starting the business. And Dongo asked, what was a favorite tip from the book? I don't have a favorite. Do you have a favorite? I love the whole book. I'm biased though. I wrote the goddamn thing.
Me? I didn't read it.
So when I asked him to proofread it, he just went, "Yeah, it's great."
No, I don't read books. I do read books, but no. To be honest, do you know what? I'll be honest. When we do the masterminds, so we have masterminds on 4 topics. So there are 4 engines, and each engine has each topic. So basically, what we do, we take from the book each engine, and we create a workbook. When you come on the mastermind, the first day we run the workshop. So if the workshop is about authority, that's the workshop about. If it's about visibility, that's the workshop about. If it's about marketing and sales, the revenue, or if it's about scaling the AI assistant, that's the workshop it's about. So the first day is always the workbook. So I don't. The thing is, I know what is in the book because I know the concepts. I know everything about that.
You know everything.
Not everything, but I know the stories. We know each other for a while. So I didn't feel like I need to read word by word what Lewis put together, but it's definitely a good book. Anyway, this one, see the difference in writing. I have a nice pen. He's having like this blue pen.
I'm so offended. I'm so upset. The hard work and the heart and soul that went into writing that book, and my own business partner skim read it.
So that's to Inka. I met her through JT Fox, and I've seen her in Australia. Young entrepreneur in real estate and AI as well. Very young and doing very good. Irum, she attended in our mastermind in January, learn how to ski in Holland. So hope to see you in the Amsterdam event, which is about AI. So hope to see you over there. Now I have Izzy, and I have sent you an Izzy note here because I'll see you in Amsterdam for that event. I know you signed up to be in Amsterdam, so I'll see you over there, and so we'll discuss more about AI. Now to Jamie, thank you very much, Jamie, because we are doing also one real estate deal together. So thank you very much for doing that together, putting your trust in that project, which is amazing what relationship can do and how many more deals you can do while you have those relationships. Another person in here, we have Ranji. And also, I skipped one person because I gave you that book. It was Ian. And Ian is the best because Ian, he missed one mastermind in the last 3 years because he couldn't take more time off of work. But he's been on every single mastermind with us. He's such a great guy. He's actually doing some games for us. So if he would come to the mastermind, he's there. He's going to be doing some interactive games for us, which is very fun for everybody. So just to let you know. And now to Ranji. She was actually in the mastermind in Gran Canaria for us, and she also helped us with one event in 2024 in Birmingham when we did the Action Taker Summit. So she was there supporting us. So thank you very much for that to Ranjit. We will remember all of the things what you've done for us. So thank you very much.
Another question, do you think the coaching business has taken a hit due to AI? That's an interesting question because I think it's taken a hit to some people who have not reacted to AI. People who just see AI as, people who just feels like they're selling information. Well, this isn't new. Information has been cheap for a long time. Books are cheap. Google's been out for decades now. AI is now. You've got YouTube. You could look up anything and learn. Doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Same with AI. Doesn't necessarily mean it's right. I'm constantly telling AI that it's wrong. But so people who feel their positioning is I'm selling information, yeah, they will have taken a hit. But people who are really focusing on the fact that coaching is a human relationship game. You're building connections with people, you're engaging with people, you're building that rapport and that bond. I don't see, I mean, to be honest, I see that going up, and I'm definitely see in the future there's going to be more of that, and that's why I'm very big on our events. We're bringing people together. Soon there's already a big boom in clubs where you're not allowed to take your phone because they're trying to encourage people to actually go, and people are voluntarily going to not be on their phone because the phones have taken over. So as AI takes over, we're going to look for opportunities to disconnect from that. Same in business. When AI call centers are going to be all over the place, there's going to be businesses that are going to stand out because they use humans, and it's going to make you want to work with them because they're different, they're unique. So I think in many ways it's amplified coaching. So it depends on, are you moving with the times? That's business. Welcome to business. Things constantly change, constantly move. You need to adapt. You can't be left behind. You cannot build a business today and just leave it for 10 years and think it will just keep making money forever. No, it doesn't quite work like that. It needs to keep innovating. And that's why you need to have somebody in the driver's seat. We're saying, about being the operator trap. A business still needs an operator. It's just the frameworks we teach is you not being the operator. You're going to hire a killer operator who's absolutely fantastic at operating, and they will continue to grow the business alongside you. And do you think there'll be AI coaches? Well, I would say, yeah, we already have that. I think that's definitely. I think a lot of people are turning, whether it's right or wrong, I'm not going to get into that. And a lot of people are turning to the LLM models for therapy. They've got questions, or they're maybe struggling with something, and they're talking. Now, AI has what's called sycophancy, which means it tends to agree with you to be liked. Sycophancy is a type of manipulation where, by constantly agreeing and supporting you, it makes you feel good. So it's encouraging you to want to use the AI because it makes you feel good, because it typically agrees with you, which is why if you come on my show, I'm doing the opposite. If you want it just to be agreed with, go ask AI. If you want to hear the truth, come on in and we'll tell you how it is. So whether it's a good or a bad thing, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, there are AI coaches. Some of them are good. Some of them are very good. I'm seeing some, like Tony Robbins has an AI. JT Fox has an AI. There are good things for getting that, but none of that's replacing. Tony Robbins has a coaching business. It hasn't replaced that. It's not going to replace that, because we still want that human connection.
Yeah, I'll add to that about the coaching business. If you look about anything really, even if we don't speak about business coaching, whatever we do, but if you speak about personal training, like, it's not complex, right? Informations are out there. You can get it. You could get it for the last 20 years. Now, with the AI, yeah, the informations are maybe easier to get. It's easier to get some applications, whatever. It's cheap. But people are still hiring the personal trainers, because it's not about the information, it's not about the knowledge, it's about implementation. And people need that someone to help them to implement it. Because I can show you, I have shared it with people. I have done a video on Loom, how you can build a website in literally 10 minutes, new website, a really nice website. I've shared it with like 50 people by now. I think only one people did it. I think only one people built his new website, which was Carol Jones, with the information I shared. The rest of the people, they watched it, but they didn't act on it. Because one thing is to know how to do it, but after the other thing is to do it. So people still need someone to help them to do it, because they're like, this is not my gig, I don't want to do it. So, and by having that coach, by having that validation, you are working with someone, and it's really good for accountability. Let me be honest. Like, when I have a coach, when I can, we are also sending to our coach JT Fox every month like updates, 3 challenges which we are having with our business, and 3 wins which we are having. And all of that accountability is super important, and it really helps with your business. And if you can have that accountability monthly, weekly, and things like that with a real person, that's not going to go anywhere. So that's going to be answer to one of your questions. We have done a lot of books now, right?
Yeah.
That was good prep, huh? You've seen it, like I stuck it,
Yeah, that was good. Thanks, man.
Yeah, we are maybe in half, and we are an hour in, man. So does it mean that Instagram will now stop?
Yeah, it looks like Instagram will end shortly.
Can we redo it? Can we restart it?
I'll try.
We'll try to restart Instagram, because it's gonna stop in 1 hour of time from starting. So I have here just a few names to drop. So I have a Joe Jackson for supporting the launch. Thank you. Joseph, Julian from in here from Edinburgh, who is a PSA speaker. Cam, which I met with JT Fox in London. We are about to do a podcast. Katrina, also from JT Fox. Katya from Speaking Association. And now I'm going to Coyote from Glasgow, who is having the podcast. So if you are thinking of doing another podcast and you want to do a nice studio one, he's having a studio in Glasgow, so you can join that one. Yeah, so that's to Coyote, and now I'm actually to Katya now, so I'm just gonna finish that one. You are free to speak.
I'm free to speak. I spoke a lot there. It's been a long one. Yeah, let me see. Any more questions here? No.
So, for example, one of the things in here in the book, which, for example, we didn't know a year and a half ago, is the branding, visibility. So, can you explain people like why is it important and like how people can get branded? Like, what are some of the ideas for some small business owners? Because
Why can't you?
Because I'm writing. I'll preview 3 books. You can speak.
Yeah, you're Raymond. Yeah. Branding was one of the ones, specifically, when I talk about branding, we're not saying colors and logos, but it was the thing that moved the needle far more than I realized. I got the opportunity to speak at the Red Bull Formula One racing headquarters, and I didn't quite realize how big an impact that was going to have when people see that I was on a level to be able to speak in that room. It was able to show people my credibility and my authority very quickly, and that's opened up a lot of doors. Vincent is even going to be in a step further. He's interviewed Charlie Sheen, and the amount of people that have opened or went with, "Oh my God, how did you interview Charlie Sheen?" And that's straight away, that's what they want to know, and that's making it far easier for us to do business with people. So if you can do some form of branding, whether, and we teach the branding ladders in the book. I'm not going to tell you them all because you can get the book and you can see them, but it starts like one of the highest ones is being able to interview a celebrity as peers. If you're on a level where you can sit down with a celebrity, well, what does that say about you? So when you're showing that you're in certain rooms, if you're in a room, if you're on Richard Branson's island and you're with him, what does that say about you? I know people who have been on the island and with him, and yeah, that straight away, that's instant credibility. Okay, this person knows what they're talking about. They do a good job. And I've got my books to sign. How's your hand feeling?
I'm good.
Mine's killing me.
Because I have a good writing.
Yeah. Because man, gotta teach me, man.
Yeah, to teach you 1 or 2 things. It seems like we are after an hour and the Instagram is still live. No?
Yeah, it seems to be still running, unless it's about to go because of a delay.
Yeah. So, is there a mindset difference between the millionaire and billionaire? Definitely, there is a mindset difference.
Massive.
The thing is, I have had the privilege to listen some of the billionaires which JT brought to his event. He's running an event once a year called Mega One now newly. If you can check it out. I think the link is megasuccess.com. And then he's bringing celebrities and billionaires and millionaires on the stage, interviewing them. And then, so I had a chance to meet some of them and listen to them last year. So there is definitely a difference between that. And actually, JT has a great book about that. So there is a book called, his book is called Business is the War. And this one is millionaire versus billionaire thinking. Exactly what you're asking.
Very good book.
We are asking about the difference about the thinking, the mindset. So exactly, it's like millionaire versus billionaire thinking. It's an amazing book. I have read it already. And then he's having their structure. This is how millionaire asks about that problem. This is what billionaire asks. You see very different thinking. But to be honest, if you are not millionaire yet, don't be bothered about that. Think as a millionaire to become a millionaire, and once you become a millionaire, then try to think as a billionaire. Because if you start thinking as a billionaire, maybe it's too soon, and you're gonna start skipping the steps, which I've seen with people, and I've been that same for me. Like I wanted to skip steps when I started. I wanted things to go faster, but it's not how it works. You need to be consistent and not to try to go super fast.
It was a bit like when I done martial arts. I grew up doing karate, and at some of the levels when you get to black belt and multiple dans, you're not going to be able to stand toe to toe with some of these people, whether it's from a technical position or whether it's from fighting or whatever element, because it's more than just fighting in martial arts. The knowledge they have, they think differently, act differently, they see things differently. And that's the same in any sport. So you can't expect to compete in the NBA with the best if it's your first time. So you gotta ladder up. You gotta follow the steps. People have a tendency to think about somebody else's year 10 when they're in year 1. Don't look at their year 10 and don't go, oh, but they're doing that, so it must work. Yeah, they're doing that in year 10. It works for them in the position they are in as somebody who's at year 10. Look at what they did in year 1 to be able to get to the point where they're at year 10.
Yeah, maybe another to Kevin. He's a magician. He's actually attending AGT this year, America's Got Talent. He's done already the British one a couple of years ago. So wish him all the best. He's the magician, so he can win. I have a Christina, who I know from JT Fox. Met her now also in Australia. Amazing woman, amazing entrepreneur. So I think I'll either ship it to you to Australia, spend a little money, or I'll bring it to you to mega success with GT Fox, because we'll be there together. Now I have it to our good friend, to Larry Long Jr., who is amazing. He's from USA, and he attended our mastermind in here in June, and he delivered a keynote/workshop, and then we done a branding day together. Like we were speaking about the branding, how you can do that. So actually in this place where we are right now, people who've done the branding day with us, and we've done some golfing, then we came back in here, and people had the privilege to interview with him one-to-one. So they all have that shot. They had a great interview. He's connected with all of them. So that's how you can create those opportunities for people. Yeah, so that's how it works.
I've got another question. What's the worst decision you can make in business? I think one of the worst is, I could do it better myself, or, oh, if you want something done right, do it yourself. I think that kind of mindset is some of the worst decisions you can make, because it's going to continually keep you small. You might do well in your business, and if you've hit your goal, great. If you're happy with the level you're at, fantastic. Love that for you. Great. But if you're not at your goal and you have that mindset, you're not going to get to your goal, because you need to leverage other people, whether that's systems, whether it's AI, whether it's other people, employees, other businesses, collaborations. When it comes, there's also, I love what I can't remember his name. Warren Buffett's business partners who passed, Charlie. What was his last name?
Munger.
Munger. Charlie Munger. And he had this idea around inverse thinking. We're very, very good at thinking of the bad things. So if you want to have a successful business, I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write at the top, how to fail in business. And then write down everything that will cause you to fail in business. Sleeping in late, not getting up early to get work, wasting half your day, scrolling on social media. Write down all of these things that are going to stop you from achieving in your business, and then do the opposite. That's going to get you 80, 90% of the way there. And then once you've got that 80, 90% and you're moving forward, then you start needing to apply the more advanced things. Then you're going to pick up the operator trap, and you're going to learn the fundamentals to how to build a business that runs without you. Does that answer your question, Hamid? I would like to see you do that exercise too. It's a very, very good one for everybody.
So the question was, the worst thing in a business?
Worst thing. What's the worst decision you can make in business?
I think if you want to be in a business, and if this is something you want to do long term, and that's kind of like your thing, like you don't want to go back to work and being an employee. If you want to keep in it, like there'll be a lot of times you're gonna fail, and the worst thing you can do is to stop. You need to just keep going. You just need to keep going and really have the strong belief that you're gonna overcome that challenge, whatever you are facing, because I've been in those positions many times. And sometimes you can doubt yourself, and it's normal, but if you're gonna decide to stop and it's like, no, it's not for me, and you quit and you go back to work, which is fine if you want to be back to work, but if you want to do the business, you can never stop. You need to keep doing even when it's uncomfortable, and it's gonna be uncomfortable many times, trust me.
Oh yeah.
So that is to Lawrence from Australia, met through JT Fox, amazing accountant in Australia. If you need one, especially now with the new taxes changes in Australia. So if you need somebody smart who is having a long time expertise, because I think his father started this company, so it's a big company for many years. Speak to him. He's a very great guy. Spent 4 days with him in Australia on the event. And now it's to Lucas, who is actually building some funnels for people. Graham, right? Graham. So that's to Lucas. Hope to look at you as well on the mastermind at some point. And in here, I have our good friends, which we're gonna see very soon, to Luke. And Luke is very exciting man because he is running 7 kilometers, I think 7 kilometers a day for over 3,000 days in a row. It's like 3,000 days. It was like a few months ago when I was in Australia. I think it's like 3,100 a day or something. Every day he posts about it, which day he is. Imagine 7 kilometers a day. It doesn't matter if he's traveling or not. Like he explained to me, like when I'm traveling, he's like, he can run. He also runs on the airports. He just runs on the airports because he needs to be there. He's waiting for the transfer. He runs on the airports. He runs everywhere. And that's what I really like because it's about that consistency. He's very consistent with that, and he accomplished great things in business, and he's doing amazing. So very great inspiration. I've done the podcast with him. Both sides. He's been on I've been on his. Actually, he released the podcast on when I've been on his in Australia just recently, so you can watch it. Great connection. I'll see you, man, and the Lamborghini and Ferrari next week. Exciting.
I'll also add to what you're talking about not stopping. I love the element of the best things in life are the things that you have to keep doing. And, you have games that you can win. Both me and Vincent play chess. You play chess, you either win or lose. But business, like a lot of things, is not about winning or losing. It's about staying in the game. You win business by staying in business. The whole game is to stay in the game. And I'll give you a few other examples of that. Marriage is another one. It isn't you got married, oh great, now I can do what I want. Completed it. You haven't completed it. Now the goal is to stay married. You need to keep the spark. You need to keep working on the relationship. You need to keep loving and showing up and doing things with each other. Then you have children. Then you can't say, had children, completed it. No, you look after them. They grow. They're with they're part of it for the rest of your life. You want to have your health. You don't just have health and great, completed it. No, you keep working on your health. If you stop working on your health, you lose your health. You stop working on your business, you'll lose your business. You stop working on your relationship, you'll lose your relationship. So all the greatest things that we have in life and all the things that people truly want are things that you never stop working on. And hi, Luke.
Yeah, he was the first to join the live today.
Yeah, he joined both of ours. That came onto mine as well.
You are still here, but thank you very much for being the first. Yeah. So I have here to Lynn, also manager from Insiders, amazing, accomplished businesswoman, owns a lot of real estate. Thank you very much, everybody, from joining from Instagram. I see there's a lot of people joined. Again, I'll repeat, if you have any questions, you can put them in here. Either you can do it in Instagram, but ideally if you do it on YouTube, because then we can see them a little bit better. Also, if you don't have the copy of the book and if you would like one, there is the QR code. You can grab a free copy. I'll tell you, honestly, we'll need to order more of these books, but they arrive nicely. So you can grab one as well. And the next one I have here, Majid, I also met through JT Fox. It was actually on the first event I attended. I'm about to meet him at some point. He's traveling between UK and another country, so a little bit busy. But thank you very much, Majid, for all the support you've done. And I see that there is another question from Vahid, I think. What's the few key things you look for in a potential CEO? Are you getting these questions from ChatGPT or what?
I think so, yeah.
You're like, what questions should I ask Vincent and Lewis while they are doing on signing the books? So what's a few key things you look for in potential CEO? Seems like you would like to be the potential CEO. To be honest, I'm not sure at the moment.
I think mindset's the big one.
Yeah.
Because skills are trainable.
Skills are trainable.
Yeah, like if somebody's not quite got the right skills, yeah, I'll train them. But they have to be willing and have the right mindset and willing to grow and learn. And yeah, ideally, I'd like someone with experience, but you also get what you pay for. Like what level, you're just curious. Like what level you're looking to get a CEO, because you get 6-figure CEOs, 7-figure CEOs. Some CEOs make tens of millions a year because they're on the highest level running huge businesses. So is it somebody, but the one thing they all have in common is the mindset.
I have here another person to Maria. Thank you very much for Maria for supporting this book launch. Maria is from Sweden, know him from JT Fox. She's so amazing because she's always supporting everybody. And even before I managed to, when we were aiming to become a bestseller, before even I managed to mention in our insider group in with JT about the book launch, she already did it on her behalf. She just went there and just like, hey, support Vincent and Lewis with the book launch. Here's the link. Boom. And that's what she done. So thank you very much, Maria. And I can see actually the next name is Marilyn, and Marilyn done exactly the same. She added me to her group on Facebook and supported the book launch. So she has her own group that I wasn't part of. She added me there, and from on her behalf did exactly the same as Maria. So one each supported in a different group. So thank you very much, both ladies, for all the support.
Also, why don't you have your own YouTube? How come you're always using Navid's things? You're using Navid's AI, Navid's YouTube, Navid's everything. Navid, if you are watching, we need to get him sorted. He's freeloading off of you. He's freeloading us something that's free anyway. YouTube accounts are free.
How do you determine the EBITDA of a complex business?
It's EBITDA,
Yeah.
not I.
And there is a and there's also T.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would put it in a profit mine AI, you know, in a powerful investor brain, and just like, hey, tell me more about it. What are the red flags? What I should focus? What questions should I ask? And the AI, which we have, the profit mine AI, will give you all the things what you are asking. So yeah, do it over there.
Yeah. And I don't know why you've specified complex business. EBITDA is not difficult to determine. It's, if you know what the Google what the word is. It's earnings before interest, depreciation, tax, and amortization. So simply, what is the earnings before all of those? That's it. It's not complex.
Yeah.
That was definitely a ChatGPT one.
But no, because there is a mistake in the word. It's not EBITDA like that. So I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, true.
But I would like to say about the EBITDA, if you go to YouTube as well and go to check JT Fox, his latest interview is with a guy who his name is what was his name? Mikey, but what was the first name? Mickey? Not sure. Hi, Marky from Czech. So interesting thing is over there because it's the second person who was sharing about the exits, because EBITDA is mainly when somebody wants to buy the company or somebody wants to exit, and then they are focusing on those companies. The guy done 6 exits, and he never really sold based on EBITDA. Actually, the businesses weren't making any money really, but he sold for a good money because it was about strategically thinking. If I have this business and if I would sell to that company, how well it would help them with their business, what it can bring them. Because that business doesn't necessarily need to make money, but by partnering with someone else, it's going to make huge money and a huge difference. So the EBITDA doesn't necessarily need to be the factor if you know how to strategically sell the business. That's why also now, like if you would think like normal business would sell, I don't know, for 2, 3, 5x, when we are with JT, it's like, hey, we're going to sell the AI business for 40x, because this is what people are buying the AI businesses now. That's why you need to be in the AI space, because you can have a big exit. But this is not normal for businesses. But because now is the boom, that's normal in here. So depends what you are doing. But EBITDA doesn't need to be the determining factor at all.
Yep, absolutely. When you're looking at exits, like the multiples is what you're chasing. So there's so many variables that can come into the multiple. You know, what industry you're in, how big the company is, what the competition is, how even your rate of growth. So if you've had fast growth versus a company that's slowly grown, you know, that shows that it's going to continue to keep growing. So you're going to get it's higher future earnings, and that's what you're paying for when you're buying on a multiple. You're buying future earnings on the bet that you're going to continue to grow faster than you are, or at least maintain, or even if you grow slowly, you're still growing. So that's where the bet is. It's a bit different from when you're buying a property deal.
Yeah.
Have I got to write in Czech as well?
Yeah, you've seen it. So there is our friend Martin. We met recently. We connected. I've done a podcast with him. Actually, the podcast is released today. Actually, at 7 p.m. it was released, so you can check it out. He's also his AI business X Road Studio. Really powerful. I checked it out. So if you are content creation, doing content, really good to check it out because it can help you. And so I actually sent him a message in Czech. It's kind of half Czech and half English because I said
I wrote it in Czech.
I said hopefully I'll see you in person soon. And then the in person I wrote in English because I couldn't really know how to translate it in a good Czech. So now I'm here for 12 years. It's sometimes like I cannot find the Czech words anymore because I learn some of the things in here, especially like word like busy, you don't really translate in Czech because but if you translate exactly how it is, it doesn't mean what you can say busy in here. So there are a lot of things which you don't translate.
It's interesting. Yeah, language is interesting.
Hello, Tomasz from Australia joining us as well. Another Czech guy living in Australia. Hello, hello. If you have any questions, please send us the questions on YouTube or in here on Instagram. We are here daily on this radio show. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
So I have two Mason now, who is actually doing refurbishment of our house in here in Scotland. Also, been on Mastermind. He's done the coaching with me for 2 years now. So thank you very much, Mason, for supporting this book launch. Appreciate you.
I mean, to ask, how do you determine the valuation of a business? I just touched on that. That's the multiple. You know, the valuation, your enterprise value is based on the multiple that you can get on the EBITDA. So it's so many variables. You know, like I touched on a few of them earlier. Rewind the stream if you missed it.
You need to fill up the gap.
I got to fill the gap. Ask me another question, Hamid.
It seems like the Instagram is working fine. It's not just an hour.
Yeah, Instagram told me it would cut out after an hour, and I'm seeing new people joining.
Yeah.
Joining there, so it's definitely still running. So if you're on Instagram, can you say hi just to clarify that it is working?
Yeah. Say hi, and also tell us where you joining from, like which city, which country. We would like to know. Where everywhere social media has a reach, will be good to know. Now, who's the next in line? To our good speaker friend Mel, who is in Australia right now, actually. So thank you very much, Mel, for supporting this book launch.
I do see a question actually. How do you prepare a company for an exit?
Come on. Who is asking?
Wahid on Navid's one. Because I mean that's a complicated matter.
Okay.
I'm not doing that while I'm writing books, but there's a lot of variables.
I would want to get some questions, guys. If you have some questions, try to ask questions which can really help you now.
Yeah, that's not going to help you.
I mean, I know Vahid on which phase in the business you are right now. So if it's not really relevant now, don't ask the question which you need an answer maybe in 2 years. Like let's focus on what you can do right now. What challenge you have? Like what is it you want to know? Hi, Heather from joining, because thank you very much for joining out in here for our book launch sign-up books. Heather also become a bestseller a couple months ago, or how long ago was it? So, hi. Who is next? I have here Miroslav. He is from USA. Met him through JT Fox. He's also a real estate investor, I think, in Florida. Hello, Heather. How to raise finance? Yeah, one of the things how to raise finance is in here by asking questions how to raise finance. Like there's actually, if you would know, some of the people I've seen the names, they are 8-figure people, 8-figure entrepreneurs. We've done 8-figure exits. I know the names, I can see them in here, and some of them are already our investors. So if you are smart about it and you build a good relationship and you are listening what we are saying while I'm mentioning these people, if you are smart, you can get in touch with them, you can connect and start building the relationships. And as I mentioned, one of the great things is to do a podcast, right? Yeah. And leverage on other people, connections. why people should trust you to with their money. What did you do? What kind of can show them as the results? If you don't, you need to start smaller amounts, smaller deals with someone. You know, we are doing a couple of small deals now together with one of our partners. Why not? Let's build more of these smaller deals. We took actually 2 small deals in the past 2 now in July. One started on the 1st of July, the other one starting 31st of July. So yeah. Now to Miroslav. Okay.
Yeah, raising finance is focusing on relationships again. You know, it's one thing to close a sale, but if somebody's going to hand you money to do a deal, they need to be able to trust you. So we went back when I touched on relationships earlier. I was talking about, like, you know, acquiring a business or doing a deal. The thing I care about is, do I trust the person? You know, we touched on the know, like, trust. It's the same deal with raising finance, because somebody needs to believe in you, not necessarily the business that they're investing in. Especially if you're offering a personal guarantee, and if you're on the lower end and you're new to this, I always offer personal guarantees, because that way, if something goes wrong, okay, we'll roll the money, we'll make it work. That's a different conversation, but it comes from that relationship, because they need to know that you're going to put the work in.
Yeah, exactly. It's always about the person. I'll tell you that. In one of the new communities I am with Lewis, I have pitched last year 4 deals over the one period of 1 year, and none of them get funded, and all of them were good deals. All of them were good deals because it wasn't about the deal. I had to build a trust with the people in that community to somebody start trusting me enough to invest the money. It had nothing to do with the deal. I built a relationship. It took a while. I was working on that relationship, and I'm working on many more. And then when they start trusting me, then they would invest the money, and it starts with a smaller amount, right? And then you can add more and more as you grow. But it takes time. Don't think like you can raise quickly money from people who, you know, family, friends. First of the money you raise from that. It's exactly like we did with our first property deal. But like when you want to raise another people from strangers, then you need to have that kind of a building that trust, and it takes time. That you need to showing up. That's why I mentioned about the consistency. If you are even not posting on social media, you have a business about your business, and even you are not posting daily or I don't know 3-5 times a week for years, how well are you going to do in business and with someone else's money when you are not even able to post about your business consistently? How well are you going to do then when posting on social media is such an easy thing, especially now with AI? We are actually posting with AI now automatically. Like even this recording, we can cut into reels, which is going to be cut in the reels, and it's going to be just posted. We don't need to do anything about it. It's all set up because Lewis built it for us. And now I'm sending a book to Natalie. And thank you very much, Natalie, because Natalie transformed the offices to what it is now. So all the things what she's done, what is in here, if you've ever had a chance to be here, is all thanks to Natalie, which I met again in person on the networking event. So thank you very much.
Yeah, on that note, raising finance as well, I frequently say you already know your first investor, because, like I said, you have to build relationships with, and so the best people to go to are the people you already have relationships with. It's going to take you a long time to raise finance from somebody that you've never met, because you're going to have to spend a long time investing in that relationship. So if you want to raise finance, look around your current connections, friends, family, business connections, clients, anyone you're doing business with. Even you might not raise finance from them. Don't ever go, oh, but they don't have money. First of all, you don't know what they have. Never assume. Second of all, they might know somebody else. You don't know who they know. So never assume, and explore. We have a whole strategy that we use for teaching raising finance, which I'm not going to go into on this, but if anybody wants to come to an event, if the thing, when we run the masterminds, you get a 90-minute slot to focus on your business. So if the thing that you want to focus on is how to raise finance, we will spend 90 minutes breaking down exactly how to raise finance. And what we'll do in that session is we will get you to actually go and raise finance. We will get you taking action on it. We won't just write down on a bit of paper, here's what to do. We're going to get you to do it. And that's how we get results, because we do it in the room.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And actually, Hamid, you are asking, but Was he on the raising fund?
No, he wasn't.
Ah, you missed on the raising.
Yeah.
That's
he
why you
missed
were
it.
asking. Aha. So you didn't invest in raising finance because now you are trying to get the information from me right now in here. Come on. I mean, it was 2 days training, you know. So
Yeah, 2 days we spent teaching you how to do this.
yeah, and doing it. This one for one of our best and first partners. We have a partnership which people can take with us for 10 years, but after attending for masterminds though. So to Navid, because he was the first who last year signed up for our 10 years partnership. So thank you very much for being first again. Thank you so much. That's why I asked. Yeah, he's asking, he's trying to get there. Giovanni asking, how do you professionally pitch people you know? How do you professionally pitch? You mean your deals? Can you be specific, Giovanni? Are you pitching business deals, property deals? What is it you want to pitch? Just to clarify, so we can a little bit more better answer. So let me know, Giovanni, and I will try to help you as much as I can. Gentlemen, sorry, I can't stay long. Just wanted to pop and say hi. This is absolutely fine, Heather. Thank you very much for joining. We appreciate you and hope to see you at the PSA in Edinburgh, or we'll pop in over there. And obviously, we'll be at the conference in October soon. So thank you very much for popping in. Bye-bye. So to Navid, now I have the next person, to Paola. Again, Paola, we met in person. I met her 2.5 years ago at the event. I've done a speech in Amsterdam, and then she joined.
I think it was longer than that now.
Yeah, Action Taker Summit, and then she joined the Mastermind in Scotland, and she was so happy because you know what? It was the first time she done the canoeing. So she was so excited. So hope to see Paola, a little bit, Paola again soon.
So we mentioned that in the masterminds, we run through one of the 4 engines from the operator trap. Now, one of the things that typically happens with you becoming the operator and being in this trap is that you got into this business because you typically either wanted freedom or you wanted to support your family. But then you end up being able to do neither of it because all you do is work and struggle and do everything yourself, and you forget to have fun. So that's why at the masterminds, we focus on actually having fun. So there's activities included in every mastermind we do. So you come along, we have fun, we have surprise activities every time. We have one that we announce, one that's always a surprise. We have fun, we focus on the business, we focus on the business, not in the business. So you're coming in, no laptops, no phones, you're working on it, you're getting things done, you're making progress, and then we go have some fun. We've been to the second biggest spa in Europe. We've done go-karting, we've done skiing, we've done canoeing. Firewalk, that was a good one. Yeah, we asked people, how did you find the mastermind? Every single one of them was like, yeah, the firewalk was amazing. Like, they mentioned nothing about the actual mastermind. They were like, oh my God, firewalk. And that's the thing, because we're creating these memories and these experiences for people to enjoy at the same time. And it's a good reminder of, because that's why you got into business. That's the whole point.
We ran out books on the floor, taking books from the back. We have around 20 more books to go from the 100. It's going quite slow, eh?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it will be 2 hours before we finish. Okay, so just to mention here to Patricia, she was actually a coach from Tony Robbins. She was my very first coach in 2021. In January, I signed up with her. I remember her like today because it was £5,000 investment for that, and I'm like, oh my God, 5,000 for a coaching for a year. That was only 30 minutes calls, and I'm like, oh, so much money. But I did it. It was very difficult because the first investments are always very difficult. I did that, and I was so happy I did, because it transformed me massively with everything I learned, and that's why I also started coaching because of her. So thank you very much, Patricia. I appreciate you. She lives in Austria. She's having a couple of her own businesses. Giovanni, sorry, to pitch into investors. Yeah, so I was asking if it's a business idea or a property idea, but if you are pitching to investors, you already know. So usually what you are doing, you are really asking them for some advice, for some opinion about your property, for your proposal. It can be business proposal or property proposal, right? So Giovanni, if you would like, send me a message on whatever.
Yes, speak to one of us. Instagram, whatever.
Yes.
You can get our email on website.
Yeah, on the website. You can book a call even. And I'm more than happy to share with you how project proposal looks like. I have a business proposals, I have a property proposals, so I can show you how they look like, and then how can you go about it, because you ask really people questions, and you send, when they say yes, you send them the proposal, and then there's the next steps to do with it. But this is the first thing, you need to have that proposal. So just to let you know. The next one is to Peter, who's done who's from PSA, we've done a coaching for a year with Lewis, right?
Yeah.
So to Peter Milligan, thank you very much for being part of our network. Nothing? I'm right.
No, I'm actually thinking that the dog needs a toilet.
Yeah, so.
Oh. Well, Kaizen will get cut quick. Here's a hello from Kaizen here. Those of you that are wondering, Kaizen is Japanese for continuous improvement, and that's a big philosophy that we have. So that's why the dog got named Kaizen. I will step outside just for a moment to let him pee.
Yeah.
Unless he just wants to sit on my lap. Maybe that's.
I have here another person, Radek. Actually, it's my schoolmate who supported this book launch. Thank you very much, Radek, for supporting this book launch. Appreciate it. Somebody is asking on my Instagram something. Do you work with email marketers who can help bring in qualified bookings? Not externally. We do our own email marketing internally. Sorry?
We haven't done a mastermind.
Yeah, we can help people on the masterminds with that as well. Yeah, but email marketing is definitely still an important thing. Everywhere where you log in, people use emails. So definitely collecting leads and being able to send emails to people is super important. So if you don't do it, guys, definitely keep doing it. So yeah. Another questions, guys? Giovanni, thank you. I'm 19 years old and solo founder. I'm having trouble scaling my agencies, so I would love to ask for advice and to hear your experiences and lessons in business. Okay, Giovanni, so I think the best thing actually for you, if you want some advice, we have definitely, Luis has definitely 1 or 2 spots available for tomorrow's show, Reckoning, which is from 12 to 2 p.m. UK time. I don't know where you are chipping in. So if you send him a message, or if you go to the website, which marketing is so easily automated with Claude, yeah, but there you still need to have some personality to it. It needs to be good and personalized. But yeah, when Lewis will come, he will put the link in the comments, and you can join, sign the application that you would like to come for that show, Reckoning, and Dante can can speak to you in the morning, and then he can book you in, and then you can ask any of these questions you have, and Lewis will give you 15 minutes of his time, just one-to-one, and give you some advice for that. Okay, so Lewis, can you put in the comments on the YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever this is in here for Giovanni, the website for the Reckoning, so he can send us the application to join the show tomorrow, because he's having some questions about his business. He's 19 years old, so it'll be good to give him some time to help him out. Now, who else I have here?
Yeah, there was also the note you were talking about email marketing as well. With email marketing, it's getting very clear on your niche. What social media will unfortunately lie to you about is that it's this easy way you can make loads of money. You're targeting small, medium businesses, people who are, as our book element is, in the operator trap, where they're trying to do everything themselves. Bigger companies, which a lot of social media will make out like you can just target these big companies, they'll pay you tons of money. They're doing it in-house. At that level, you're bringing it in-house because you really need that people who know the business intimately to ultimately provide the correct service. And we're the same. We had it in-house. That's why we mentioned we don't hire externally for that, because we're at the level where we need that in-house. But for smaller businesses, yeah, there's absolutely stuff there. It's not a business that I love. It depends where you're at on that. If you're doing If you want to join the show, we could dive in a little bit, get clear on your numbers, and we'll see what wins we can get. And we absolutely will get some wins.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just checking. Did you add the link of the recording?
Yeah, I've put it in YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. So just you can apply for that show. What Luis is doing, and then Dante will give you a call, and then he will get you signed up for that for possible times. We are soon with the book done. It's cool because the thing is, the truth is, I'm quite hungry.
Yeah.
So I have here another people to Richard Pascoe. Thank you very much. A speaker from PSA. I know they will have a speech this year in Edinburgh. Also, very good. He's helping people, like great guy with presentation. Definitely great presentation skills. And Raj, who I met through JT Fox, he showed us a sugarcane farm in Australia. So it was an amazing experience because I've never seen a sugarcane farm, and my kids were so excited to be there and just chewing the sugarcane and being there. So thank you very much, Raj, for supporting this book launch. I appreciate you a lot. The next person we have Rizvan. Thank you very much, Rizvan, for supporting this book launch. Appreciate you. Book is in your way. I know you've done some free coaching lessons like 2-3 years ago, and then it's so nice that you have joined the book launch and that you supported us. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you very much. Are there any questions coming in?
I'm not seeing any more there.
I think ChatGPT ran out of questions.
Yeah, so their usage ran out. They got to wait 4 hours.
Salman saying, so in-house, got it. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. No problem, Salman. Seems like maybe you are doing the marketing agency as well.
Do you want to I'll pop the link in there? That's I've put it on mine, but I realized that.
But how?
You can type it.
Hello, Barbara. My wife just joined. Thank you very much for joining.
Hi, Barbara.
Appreciate you. I'm going to give you the read of the book at home, right? But you know everything about it. You spend with me all the time. So what's the link?
Rec.lewis-hunter.com.
I can copy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's in the... No,
yeah,
it's not, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the LinkedIn. Yeah. So I'm putting in here in the Instagram as well, in case you want to sign up for the recording show for tomorrow or the next week. Okay, hi. What was your favorite part of writing this book? For me, the best was just leaving the 7 voice notes. It was the best part. The rest was done by the person on my left. So I like that part a lot. It was Barbara when our motorhome got broken. So when it was in that game, I went outside and I was outside for over an hour, leaving those voice notes for Louis. So that was the best part of the book. What about you?
I mean, I had a great time writing it. I thoroughly enjoyed going over it, pouring all my knowledge into it, and then reviewing it. And I actually had a lot of fun with editing because what I would do is I would take what I've wrote, I would put it into an AI and say, review it. And then I would get the information and I would put together what changes I'm going to make. And then I would take that, put it into another AI and get it to review. So I'd have them competing against each other to be like, okay, what would you do to make it better? And then what would you do to make it better? And ultimately, what's missing? And then obviously I had final say. But it was really cool doing that. So I had a lot of fun writing it, honestly. And especially the fact that it was the book that I needed. It's definitely, I wrote it for myself. I've certainly been there in the operator trap.
And also about writing a book or sharing things with people, coaching people, mentoring people, all these things. Do you know why it's so good? Because when you are teaching it to someone, you do it even more.
Yeah.
If you write a book, you do it even more. Because sometimes you know the things intellectually because you learned that. You've been on that course. You've done that. You know it intellectually. But when you start sharing with people, creating content on social media, writing, putting in a book, doing coaching or mentoring with another people, whatever you do, and you share it out there, you realize that all these things, you are not doing all the things what you know, you are doing some part of it, but when you start doing all these things, you're like, I should do it more. So when Louis wrote it, I was like, realized, actually, I should do more of that. we should do more of that. So when we realized some of the things by writing these books, we actually systemized many more things than we didn't do before just by writing it down. And now when we do the masterminds, and then we have this workshop about each of these engines, then we are like, aha, what can we improve in our business as well? And then you actually need to be on the top of the things because you are teaching people, so you are the role model for them, so you have to do it. There is no way like, hey, I'll teach you, but you don't do it. Like now we need to do it much more than before when you are sharing with people and teaching. So it pushes you to do it even more. So if you are even thinking about coaching, mentoring, paid or free, it doesn't matter. If you do it, you'll see that you are doing the things much more than you did before. So true.
The best way to learn is to teach. And you'll learn so much. That the questions you ask, it gets me thinking. Sometimes I get a question and I go, oh, actually, or I come out with an idea that you've created by asking me the question. And I'm like, that's a really good idea. And then I'll implement it. There was I can't remember who said it, but it said that every single person should have both a mentor and a mentee. So you should, every coach or mentor or every successful person has a coach, a teacher, a mentor of some sort. But what's also good is a lot of them also have somebody to teach, because that helps you learn as well. So it doesn't, even if you have no interest in becoming a coach or mentoring, take somebody under your wing and have somebody that you can work with and learn from and pass some of your knowledge onto, because it helps you learn as well. And it helps you have much more ideas. That's been one of the best things of doing this. Not only do I love the feeling of people getting results and being able to help them, I love what I could do for people, but it really helps me in my business too.
Yeah, I have another one to Sebastian, who is coming to actually to event we are co-hosting in Amsterdam because he lives in Amsterdam, so he's coming along to check things about AI. And thank you very much, Sebastian, for attending the masterminds with us, for being a part of obviously on our journey with real estate and investing with us. All the great things. Thank you so much. Sending you the book, or maybe I'll bring you the book to Amsterdam. Don't need to send it, right?
Yeah.
See you in a month's time. So actually less than a month, it's 17th of August. We have here hanging question from Hamid. What are the key things to, hey Lily, what are the key things to look out from when trying to partner with someone and do a collaboration?
I've got loads on this.
He got lots for that. He got lots. I got nothing. I got nothing.
I think the first one that came to mind for me is lying. The amount of times that we've gotten on a call with somebody, and I remember there was a time where Vincent also joined it and was like, full of shit.
Yeah.
And the way I catch that out is, and the easiest way is you always come in. Something I learned from JT Fox was trust but verify. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to trust what you say at the beginning, but I'm also going to verify, and I'm going to see if there's anything that you stumble over or I catch you out, especially if something doesn't seem right. And the simplest way is numbers and stories. I'll get them to tell me about a deal or something. I was on a call with an investor, and they told me there was going to be this many property, there was going to be a hotel in it as well, and it was this valuation. And I'm like, I did quick maths in my head, and I'm like, so that equates to each property being about 70,000. I'm like, no, the math isn't mathing there. There's no way you're doing a whole building and then selling these property for 70,000 and then making money on that. So the math didn't add up. So I asked again. We went further, and I asked the same situation. Also, remind me. And I got a whole different story, different numbers, different. The two stories didn't even line up. So it could be something simple as somebody not getting, like, if somebody's got a serious deal going on, they know their numbers. You're not going to have a multi-million pounds development and not know how much money you put into it and get asked half an hour later and get the numbers wrong. It's just not going to happen. So I think a key area is lying. And then we touched on mindset earlier as well. That's number one. They got to have the right mindset. So are they going to lie to you? Are they going to actually put the work in? I'll take mindset over hard working, because somebody who works hard but they're like, oh, I'm going to do it all myself, and the operator trap. That's a red flag for me as well, because I'm like, how can I grow this business if your mindset is I want to do everything, I want to be in control, I want to see what goes on, and micromanaging. Another good one is how they treat people. You'll see very quickly of the energy of how they are around people. There's actually, I love using dating advice, which is really ironic because I'm not very great at dating.
He's single.
But I'm single, yeah. So, but one dating advice that they give you is when you go to a restaurant, is pay attention to how they treat the waiter. That's a good indicator of the kind of person that they might be, and that's also true in business. Like, are they the kind of person that, you know, the food comes out wrong and they're creating a problem and they're creating a scene and you know, this is ridiculous and they're acting all high status? When the reality is, the high status people I've met, they could be served the wrong food and they will eat it because they're like, it's not worth my time. I don't care. It is what it is. Whatever. They're so relaxed, and it's like, it is what it is. Right? Whereas somebody who's you know, got a poorer mindset, you know, they're causing problems, causing scenes, complaining about things. Complaining's a big one. When people are complaining about things. These are my sort of red flags, but it's hard to articulate all of them, to be completely honest, because I feel like you just intuitively know them. When you've seen them that many times, it's pattern recognition. You'll notice these. You might meet somebody and think they're fantastic. You'll do a deal, it goes south. That was a lesson and a blessing, because then you could look back and go, what did I miss? What happened that caused that to go wrong so I don't make that same mistake again? So I have a saying, you either earn or learn. Now I've got to catch up on all these books.
Yeah, I will just check out another things in here. We have here from Solomon. Do you know any other coaches who may be in need of marketer to help with filling their calendars, follow-ups, and the likes? I think if you need help with business, come to the reckoning. Louis will give you 15 minutes of his time, and then maybe he can give you some right direction of that. What you can do, because everything is about, again, knowing people and trust. So when people actually come to the mastermind, like when somebody wants help with Instagram, Vahid and Hamis are the people you need to help you with your Instagram. Even if now you're gonna text me and like, hey, I'll help you for half of the price, I'll do the same thing. I don't care. I don't know you. I know Vahid and Hamid, so I'm gonna be working with them. So that's why sometimes you feel like you think having something cheaper is better and then people should buy. No, not necessarily, because it's about trusting people. And that's why we put these masterminds together, because we spend together literally 50 hours, 5 days, over 10 hours days. So when you spend with another 12 business owners and a team, so 15 of us, 50 hours, you're gonna build strong relationships, and you can make a business with the people in the room, but also the people know different people, and that's how you can get the business. So I would say, Salomon, go out there and meet people in person. You know, you can come to our masterminds if you are the right fit, but go somewhere, networking event, somewhere in your location, business networking event. Meet people in person, because that's how you're going to build relationships. And from these relationships, you can take it, and then things can start happening. I see there are some questions also on the YouTube, so you can check it out.
Well, this one's for you. What sort of qualities did you see in Lewis that made you want to work with him, and vice versa? How do you know that working together would end up being a success, and how can we apply it too?
Who is asking?
That was a Hamid.
Hamid. Okay. So the funny story.
I don't like the funny stories.
Funny story is, we actually started the business together a few years ago. I don't know how long exactly, 4 maybe, I don't know, to be running events, to be helping people and running events. But we didn't know as much about the business, so we did it wrong. We did wrong. We lost 25,000 pounds. Wasn't a pleasant thing to do. And basically, by that happening and losing, we actually split. We were doing it for 8 months. We were building it, running some events, wasn't getting it really anywhere. So then we kind of split and we went separate ways. We weren't really happy with what happened. We've not been very happy with each other, how, you know, I'm doing, what he's doing. So we split the ways, and then but we came together before for a reason, right? So it took a time. Then we went for the same event together, where it was about mindset. It was UPW in 2023, I think, yeah. So 3 years ago. And on that event, we obviously we're working on our mindset because it's very important, on our beliefs. And when we've done this event, slowly we signed up for another event, and I said like, hey Louis, shall we do it together? It's virtual, let's go. And more we kind of find out, we're like, actually we started doing the business together because we like each other. And what I found about Louis, it's very different than me in terms of like, I'm the right brainer. I'm the one who's like, I like the vision. I like coming with some ideas, which not that Louis doesn't, he as well, but I'm not very good when it comes to like, not just call it spreadsheet, but like systems and having everything you need and making sure everything is good and there are systems in place. In business, you need to have the systems in place. For me, like if I'm not working with Louis, I'm running these masterminds, like I don't know where the next people are coming from the masterminds because it's all over the place.
All over the place.
But now we have like a Dropbox and the CRMs, like one CRM, another CRM, call software, this, and all these things we have together because he's a less brainer and he now likes these analytic things. He builds all these AIs. And I just said like, hey, I need that, and he builds it. So we kind of, everybody has a different skill, and I'm more the people person than he is. So we kind of have that. And it's very important to know that. But it was a long way to get together, and we had to also overcome our ego to start working together again, you know?
Yeah, for me, it was that seeing the strength in my weakness and realizing that I can't do everything myself and I have weaknesses. And the idea is you want to focus on your strengths. And like Vincent mentioned, I'm very good with the analytical side, but I was less of an action taker. And when I met Vincent, I was like, holy shit, this guy just goes. He just doesn't care, goes for it. Doesn't care what you think, doesn't care if it doesn't work out, I'll make it work. I'll grow my wings on the way down and jump off the cliff. And I was so blown away by the way that, whereas I'm sitting down going, right, here's the step-by-step what I'm going to do it, and then I wouldn't take action. So we've both grown more to the other side and learn from each other because you need to have both sides. But focus on the side that you're strong in. And I realized that when we come together, we create a bigger, stronger package than individually. So that was me. I still remember when I first met, I was like, fucking hell, this guy just, nothing stops him.
Yeah. So if you are looking for your business partner, someone you want to work with, you know, check some of these things and try to look for the things which maybe you are not as good at. Because if you are both doing the same thing and both the same,
one of you is not needed.
Yeah, one of you is not needed, and unfortunately, like my previous business partner, he wasn't very good in systems as well, like I wasn't. So we didn't have many systems done properly, and that really, you know, kind of broke that relationship. As it turns out, in the future, we are not working together anymore. But none of us were really good with that, and none of us wanted to do it, and that's why there was a lot of mess around that. But now I know I have a person in the back, you know, like who can do all these things. So it's much better, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap. That's where the advice of don't do business with friends comes from. Because a lot of people take that and they take it as face value and be like, oh, right, I shouldn't be friends.
Ink.
We've literally run out of ink.
I ran out of whole ink for designing the book.
Wow.
Where is my next? I need to bring my next ink. I think I have it in
do you want another pen?
No, but I started with this pen. But this one is actually nice because what it says, it's in our moments of decisions that our destiny is shaped. Tony Robbins. Very powerful. I'll finish with that. It's a good pen.
So where was it there?
I have no idea. Maybe check another question.
No, it was a good point.
It was a good point, but
I forgot.
So we broke his pattern.
Yeah, about the old not doing business with friends. So people just take that as face value because they hear it, but they don't start to understand why is that advice. And the reason that is because you typically end up being friends with people who are like you. We like people who are like ourselves. So if you think of anybody that you're really close with and you want really good friends, you tend to be like them, or you tend to admire and want to be like them. If you think of somebody that you don't like, chances are they're nothing like you. So that's where the advice comes from about not doing business with friends, because if they are just like you, one of you is not needed. You're not bringing something to the table. So that was where, despite me and Vincent being really good friends, we were able to see that we bring different things to the table. And that's why, you know, it can and does work. Like it's not a be all and end all statement to say don't do business with friends. It's also like there's also a saying about not mixing relationships and business as well. That's a saying. But yet there's tons of family businesses that are ran from couples and passed down to their children as well. Like they do exist. So it's understanding why does that not work, and then how do you navigate it. So we had that split because we didn't come in going, this is where one of my mentors, this is where I learned this from the hard way, but I learned from one of my mentors, if you're doing a partnership with somebody, start as enemies, end as friends. So get all the shit on the table. What happens if this happens? You've done this in the past. What if that happens again? What we're going to do about it? And if they just get defensive and annoyed and angry, well, that tells you shouldn't really partner with them. But if we can come down and put a plan in place, it might never happen, but at least we've discussed it now. That way, if it does come up, we have a plan rather than, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. And then it comes up and now you have an uncomfortable conversation to have years into a business partnership when it's different. And that's what we experienced with the previous partner as well. We didn't account for that. And now we had to have a really tough conversation that you know, ended up costing us millions, actually, if the fact that the business no longer runs. So yeah, they can get very costly. So if you think that one bad partnership can end up costing you millions in the future, maybe it is good to have that conversation in the beginning. So your turn.
Don't do business with friends was the last point. Yeah, exactly. What is you guys' jobs? What is our jobs? We have businesses. A question on Instagram. My Instagram. Yeah, somebody's asking what our jobs. So I think if you're asking that, perhaps you can grab one of these books with the QR code over there and read the book. What is it we do? How that can help your business if you are in business. If you are not in business, don't bother to get it. But if you are in business, get the book, and then we can maybe chat a little bit later about that. Yeah, so we are getting last 2, 5, 7, 12 books. 12 books, and we're honest.
Oh, thank goodness.
And we need to order another ones. Okay, it's getting late, 9 p.m. in here in the UK. So as you can see, the energy is going lower and lower. And I'm here. I have here like one Tomasz from Australia signed the book, another Tomasz from Czech Republic signed the book. Now I have here Tony Hunter from Australia as well, who is a food futurist. Who'd imagine? Yeah, I had a great conversation with him. I think I also done a podcast with him. You need to check it out. Any other questions, guys? Because questions will help with whatever we do. And as we mentioned, somebody, if you don't have the book, there's a QR code, get the book. If you want to go on Lewis's show, it's on the YouTube in the comments, it's also on our Instagrams. You can check it out. Dante will be in touch with you and you can come on the show for 15 minutes. It's tomorrow from 12 to 2. So you can do that. Also, if you are here and if you are live, tell us in comments, what is your business? What is it you do? Because you didn't tell us yet. So tell us what business you are in. Because this is a good way also to introduce what is it you do, because someone might be interested and need your services. Is there anybody from Amsterdam who's going to join us for our AI event, which it's a free event to join for 4 hours in Amsterdam? Is anybody in here from Amsterdam? Let me know. I'll send you the link to register. Seems like.
What are we doing for dinner?
I don't know. Everything is
if you did know, what would you say?
Now I'm putting a book for Veronica from Czech Republic. We are about to do a podcast, Veronica. I know you were finishing the book over the summer, so very excited to hear about it. And also we'll discuss the mastermind because I know you wanted to join us. So let's chat about both. There are some comments on YouTube, so you can have a look and read it.
Yeah, Hamid, we generate business owners, coaches, and consultants 3,000 to 1,000 leads on Instagram every month, completely done for you. Awesome offer. How do you make that happen, Hamid? Enlighten us.
And we are using Hamid service for almost a year now, because they were on a mastermind in June in Scotland. Then we talked about it. They just mentioned it that they have it, and then I'm like, I want it. They gave me to test it for a month, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. I sign up for the full year, and we have how many Instagram accounts with them? 4, 2 each, right?
No, 3. I've only got 1 just now.
You have 1.
Yeah.
So I have 2. Our clients are also, some of our clients from masterminds are also on it. Definitely good service what guys are providing. So yeah. Now to Vitas, our ski instructor from Lithuania. So Vitautus, which we'll see you in Lithuania for a skiing edition of a mastermind, which is about systems and AI. And Vitas will be our ski instructor over there. So very exciting about having Vitautus over there.
Yes, if anyone wants to come to the mastermind to do some skiing, we have the ski instructor sorted. We will have great fun. Drop us a message. We'll get you into...
Yeah, you can put it also in maybe in YouTube on my website, vincenthovorka.com/mastermind. I think it's something like that, or you can find it. So people can search it first. They can see more information about the mastermind. I think there is maybe last slot on the next one, and for January. So there's an application if you are interested, because this is an application only because you need to be serious about the business and on a certain level in order to join. But if you are maybe right fit, I will consider that. So you can check it out. Now to Vitas.
We make it happen by identifying where the core ICP of our clients reside and interacting with them to drive them towards our clients' pages. This is the exact system Vincent used to close $119,000 deal.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And I actually did that in the first 2 weeks.
It was the first 2 weeks, yeah.
And then also we had from your outreach from Instagram, Sherry's joined this masterminds, and then another person from that. So it works. It works, and it's, to be honest, very affordable, guys. So you should speak to them. Our network.
Getting there.
Yeah, getting there. Deal.
God, it's 9 p.m. Wow. So much for an hour.
Why join and share retard? I don't know what why is some weird comments on my Instagram. So somebody hacked your Instagram? It's kind of weird. No, why? Maybe check it out, because it seems like somebody is on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. To William from Ireland, thank you very much for supporting the launch. I think we can slowly wrap it up, because we have just 7 books to do, so I think we can finish it even without being live, because I don't think somebody has any more questions. Seems like we are live for 2 hours, which has been a very long time. I've never done a live for 2 hours, so it's new, but very exciting. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Just to do a recap, if you don't have the book yet, you can grab the copy. Thank you very much tuning in. There was a lot of people joining on my Instagram, always
A lot of books.
everywhere. We have a lot of books signed. We are just missing literally 5, 8, 9 books to sign. We'll just finish it tomorrow. We are tired as well. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, while we'll see now how many new books are ordered, we'll order them. They'll come probably in a week or two, and we'll do that probably again in a couple of weeks and signing all these books. But very exciting. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. It was great, actually, interactive, answering your questions. Thank you very much, especially Vahid, Hamid, Navid, and in here also Giovanni, for all these amazing questions, Barbara, and here Salomon, and then a couple of other people in here who asked. Maybe if I missed someone, I'm sorry. I'm tired as well. It was a long day. Thank you very much. You would like to add something, and
That was great. Thanks for joining, guys. And as always, reach out. We're happy to help and keep growing your business. And let's get out of the trap.